Hey guys, how are you? It's Rochelle here. I'm giving everybody a chance to come into the room, but those of you who are in the room, hey, let me turn my music down. Okay, let's talk about this vendor course. Now, if you follow me on YouTube, you know I've been talking about this vendor course. The course is a course. If you follow me on all of my YouTube videos, you know that's what I mainly talk about. I talk about that because if you want to start an online business, specifically selling hair, you really want to sell hair that your customers will love. You want to sell hair that you're proud of. Now, the main thing, if you see me looking on the side, I'm just looking at my notes. The main thing that a lot of people struggle with is hair. The main reason why most people struggle with hair quality is because they're purchasing hair based on them being a consumer. So, what do I mean by that? Well, if you wear hair extensions, most people who sell hair do. There are exceptions to the rule, but those of us who wear weaves and wigs and ponytails, we're used to going to the beauty supply store to purchase hair. So when you went to the beauty supply store, you were on the other end. You were the consumer. So you would probably purchase, if you're buying tracks, you would purchase, say, 2 packages of hair, right? Most people got 1B, you got number 2, you got some people like 613, 99J, you know, on and on and on and on. Okay, that's how it used to be. And it still is like that. If you go to the beauty supply store, you can still walk up to the counter and tell the person, okay, I want 2 packs of XYZ type of hair. Now, if you're going to do this journey with me, if you want to take this course with me, I would love to let you know that if you really are serious about sourcing hair online, you really need to change your mindset and you need to think outside of the consumer. Okay, we're no longer consuming the hair, we're selling the hair. That's the main reason I see that a lot of people are struggling. So I'm sure you've heard of Alibaba.com. I'm sure you've heard of AliExpress.com. I'm sure you've heard of DHgate.com. If you go on those websites and you ask a vendor, or even if you search, go in the search box and type in 2 packs of 1B Spanish wavy, they're going to sell you that, but it's going to be poor quality because that type of hair is heavily processed. Okay, now fast forward to you being the person who is selling the hair. You are the business owner who is providing high quality hair to your customers. You really want to focus on selling hair that is top of the line, okay? Because we want to make a profit. On top of that, you don't want to start selling hair based on what is being sold in the beauty supply store. A lot of people want to they want to focus on competing with the beauty supply store, and that's not going to happen. And we're not going to talk about the beauty supply store and all of that kind of stuff, but I really want you to focus on changing your mindset. When you take my course, I will basically change your mindset. I'll brainwash you a little bit in understanding that mink hair doesn't exist. A lot of the exotic names don't exist per se. You can get hair from foreign origins, but I see a lot of people who still have the consumer mindset. Okay, you need to have that consumer mindset when you start selling hair because you need to know what the consumer is thinking. But when you're sourcing hair, that's the wrong way to go. Okay, so we're going to talk about some things today. And I really, really want you to understand that this is a very detailed process, but it's not a hard process. I know a lot of people get into this and they think that it's very complicated, and it is not. Okay. That's why I'm offering this class, and that's why I'm offering my services. Okay. So, this is the main thing that the top complaints that I'm seeing from people purchasing hair online. They have no experience. Okay. They have no experience sourcing hair on the internet. It's slightly different than if you go to a vendor. Say, I keep hearing a lot of people talk about American vendors. Now, I'm in the United States. I'm in North Carolina to be exact. Okay. So if I wanted to start a hairline, I would not go to Beauty World. If you're in the Durham or Raleigh area, you don't go to Beauty World to get hair to start your business. The main reason why is because that is probably highly processed hair. Your customers are not going to be happy with that. It's going to tangle, and we'll talk about that as well. And on top of that, most of the hair in Beauty World is priced for retail. Okay. I get a lot of questions about, wow, how about I purchase from a vendor in Atlanta? Or how about if I purchase from a vendor in New York or a vendor in California? Those are retail prices. Once you get, it might be great hair. I'm not knocking getting hair from an American vendor, but by the time you pay for that vendor to ship the hair to you, they're also going to put their retail price on top of the hair. By the time you get it, let's say it's $90 a bundle. How are you going to price that to sell? Especially when you first start out, you don't really have clientele just yet. That's kind of hustling backwards. The customer doesn't want to pay $200 for one bundle of hair, because most people try to put at least an 80 to 100% markup on their hair. So if you're getting the hair from an American vendor for $90 a bundle, how are you going to make profit on it? You're going to make maybe $10, $20. It's not worth the hassle, and it's not worth the effort. So I would really, really highly suggest, even if you don't listen to me, that you source hair from overseas. Why? Because that's where the hair is coming from. Okay. Most of the vendors are coming from China, they're coming from India, or they're coming from Southeast Asia, Vietnam, Cambodia, what have you. That's where the majority of the hair is coming from. We need to tap into this market. If you are trying to source hair, that's where you need to get it from. Okay. Don't focus on an Atlanta vendor. Don't focus on a New York vendor. Focus on vendors overseas. Those of you who, I have quite a few people watching me from Africa. Don't look, I know a lot of the people on a lot of the websites that you look on YouTube are American based. But if you get your hair from America, the hair is being sent to you in Africa, and then you have to sell it to your customers. The international fees that you are going to pay are going to cut into your profit. You're also going to be competing with local vendors who are doing what? They're sourcing their hair from China. I guarantee you. Now, most of you are probably looking to the United States because you assume that the hair is better quality. It probably is. The issue that if you are in another country and the quality of the hair is horrible is because they don't have a process. They're consumers. They go on AliExpress, they see 10 bundles for $100, they purchase it, and that's it. They sell it to the consumers, they make a profit, the hair is tangling, they don't care. So if you want to get on to that, you need to also source your hair from China, or what I would suggest is you would source your hair from another country so that you can stand out above all the other sellers. And that's for those of you who are selling and you're in Africa or the United States. You have to find your own angle when you source hair, but you have to look to overseas markets. Okay. That's where the hair is manufactured. That's where the hair is being sold. Okay. All right. So another thing that a lot of people are stressed out about, they've tried to go on Alibaba.com and they've been unsuccessful. Now, I feel your pain. When I first started out selling hair, when I first started out sourcing hair, I didn't know what I was doing either. I made tons of mistakes. I bought a lot of hair that was crappy. I bought a lot of hair that I had to throw away. Why? Because I didn't know what I was doing. I had the consumer's mindset. I didn't know what. I didn't know what I was doing. I had the idea that I was going to buy all this cheap hair and sell it. And that's what happened. I bought a lot of poor quality hair that was trash. Okay. So if you watched me before, I always talk about the fact that I went through this journey in the beginning of me doing hair. I didn't know what I was doing, but I knew that I wanted to make a profit. I knew that I got tired of sending people to the beauty supply store. I was doing sew-ins, and I saw some of the money going out of the door because I didn't sell hair. I was nervous. I didn't know back then, AliExpress didn't exist. It was just Alibaba.com. The difference between the two is Alibaba.com is for bulk orders. I'm sure you've heard me talk about kilos. Kilos are huge amounts of hair, 10 bundles or more, and you get them in a big, giant box. That's it. They didn't allow you to buy one bundle. They didn't allow you to buy a couple of bundles, okay? They didn't have PayPal back then. So I went through all of that. I went through all of that process. I made a lot of mistakes, but I had a lot of success. And that is why I started my channel, The Wealthy Weaveologist, because I wanted to help people like you start a hair business the right way, using hair that you are proud of. Now, a lot of people are unsuccessful. They get nervous because it's overseas. Overseas vendors are businesses just like here in the United States. Okay. They want your money. They need that back and forth. They need that commerce between us. They want your repeated business. So they're not going to scam you. They're not going to just take off with your money, because nowadays we have social media. Nowadays, I talk about this in the class. You can search, you can Google search, you can go on different websites to see if these vendors have bad reviews. Okay. So if there are bad reviews, you simply wouldn't purchase from those vendors. You need to have a process, searching for the hair, searching for the vendor's reputation, and then you order. Some people just go online, see some pretty hair based on the picture, and then they purchase the hair. That is why a lot of people also are being unsuccessful. They don't have a process. Now, I talk about some of that process in some of my videos. The class goes into more detail about those issues. Okay. Another issue that a lot of people really want to diversify the types of hair they sell. Okay. If you are familiar with me, you know that I talk about different types of origins of hair. In the course, we'll talk about how to source hair from India. We'll talk about how to source hair from China. We'll talk about Vietnam. We'll talk about different places to source the hair. Okay. Also, you know, I talk about bundles a lot, but there is also another side of hair products. There are frontals, there are lace closures, there are lace wigs. All of that we'll talk about in the course. Okay. When it comes to lace fronts and lace frontals and closures, that is a very detailed process. It goes down to density. A lot of people are having issues ordering hair because of the density of the closure. Okay. The closures are very, very dense. They're very thick. because people don't know about the different types of densities. Okay, you need a different type of density in the front of the hairline, and going towards the back of the hairline, there's a difference. Okay, so we're going to talk about that in the class as well. Another issue that a lot of people are dealing with is customers are complaining about the quality of the hair that you sell. A lot of people are running into this issue because they aren't doing quality control. They're not testing the hair. They just see the hair, they buy the hair because it's cheap. They're basing their selection on price alone. That's the worst thing that you can do. Okay? If you want to make money, if you want to make sales, you have to sell decent to high quality types of hair. Okay. Now you may make one initial sale, but customers aren't going to come back. And because the market is saturated, you want to stand out above all the other sellers who are selling poor quality hair. So if you're selling poor quality hair because everybody else is selling poor quality hair, a lot of people are unsuccessful. Their businesses end up closing down because they're following that method of finding hair based on price alone. Okay. That's how a lot of people are also failing to find high quality hair. They're looking for $20 bundles, they're looking for $10 bundles. We talk about that in the course. A lot of times people ask me, what's the best price to go by? And that is important. Don't get me wrong. But if we just go by price alone when selecting hair for our businesses, that is going to make you, that's going to make your business fail. Okay. It's going to make your business fail. It's going to have people think that you're just one of these other sellers that is selling bundles. Okay. We also talk about in the very beginning of the course, determining who is best for what type of product. Now, you don't have to sell raw products. You don't even have to sell the best quality, but you want to sell a product that will last your customer at least 2 months. Most customers expect their hair to last the duration of a sew-in, to last the duration of them wearing the wigs and what have you. Okay. A lot of people base their selection as well on YouTube gurus. They base it on different reviews on YouTube, and that's how they make their selection of selling hair. And that's why a lot of people as well are getting poor quality hair and poor quality closures, frontals. The closures are balding, the frontals are balding. All of those products are low quality because Chinese vendors are contacting a lot of YouTube gurus to do free reviews. I get contacted all the time to do free reviews. That is another reason why a lot of people are getting piss poor quality hair from a lot of these vendors. Okay. Now, in the course, I talk about Alibaba.com. I talk about DHgate. I talk about global sources. We talk about various different websites that I don't talk about on my channel. So if you go on Alibaba.com and you see Peruvian, Malaysian, Brazilian, all of those hair types, there are vendors on there that don't sell that kind of hair. There are also other websites that have hair, raw hair. That's a very popular texture. Well, not texture per se, but that's a hot thing a lot of people want. They want raw hair. You can't really find that on Alibaba.com. We talk about different ways of contacting these online resources. Now, keep in mind, these online resources are free. These online resources are out there for you to use. but a lot of people don't know how to use them. That's where the course comes into play. Okay, so like I said, the main reason why people are unsuccessful in sourcing hair is because they're coming from the mindset, okay, of someone who is the consumer. You're just simply buying hair based on what you thought you knew or what you think you knew, okay? Most people think that they can purchase mink hair. If you know what mink hair is, if you know what it really is, you are far beyond the game and you're ready to take my course. Okay? If you have the mentality that you can do whatever you want to do and you can find hair if you have the right tools, the right process, you're ready for my course. Now, those of you who don't want to do the work, now this is a self-guided course. I will come in on live broadcast. We'll talk about different topics. I will guide you step by step through the process. Now, the first process is, like I said, to get you out of the mindset of the consumer. We're going to talk about more things than cuticle aligned hair. That's only tip of the iceberg. Like I said, the things I talk about on my videos is just a little piece of what you can do. Those of you who have seen some of my videos, you know that I have given you 3 downloads, PDF downloads. If some of you may remember that. That's just part of the process. Some of you guys use those and that's it. There's more to it. And I wanted you to understand that. Those of you who contacted me, you've had email consultations with me. We talked back and forth about that. Those of you who have the ebook, you know all about that. But the reason why I wanted to get you on live is because I really want to talk to people who are really serious about changing the trajectory of their business. Okay? It doesn't matter if I get 1 person to sign up for my course. It doesn't matter if I get 2 people to sign up for my course. 5 people. No people. Okay? I really want people to understand that it's really about the effort, the success you put into this business of selling hair is about effort. Okay? That's at least 90% of the battle. Most people don't want to go through this process. I totally understand that. You may not have time to go through the process. I totally understand that. However, even if you decide, hey, selling hair isn't for me, and you go into another business, you still have to change your mindset. You still have to work towards your goal. You still have to put in the work to be successful. Okay? Like I said, that's the reason why I wanted to have this private session with you today. A lot of people, you know, they'll view the video, they'll get a little bit of the information and try it, but they only get part of the process. I want you to have the full part of the process. So I'm making sure that I talked about everything I wanted to talk about today. I really went through a lot of my emails to make sure that I'm not missing anything as far as most people's concerns about the process. Now, if you're on the email list, those of you who signed up for this live, I thank you. I thank you for signing up for this live. If you also want to take advantage of the course is ongoing. Okay, the first round of this course will start as soon as you watch the video. And because you're on this live, because you took the time out of your busy schedule, I know a lot of you are at work, because you took the time out, I want to give you a little something. Now, the course is $99. I know that's an investment. However, because you are on the live and you took the investment, you took the time out to spend with me today, okay? Again, I will not post this on my public page. I want this message to come out to those of you who are really interested about changing the trajectory of your business and finding hair that you are proud of and that you really want to sell and make a profit off of. Okay, we're not selling AliExpress hair here. Okay, I want to give you a special discount. Okay, only for those of you on my list. Okay, now the course is available at bit.ly/vendor class. That's bit.ly/vendor class. Okay, that's bit.ly/vendor class. Now, because you're on this live and because you took the time out to spend with me this evening, I want to give you the code LIVE. Okay, the code LIVE will give you 50% off. So the course will drop down from $99 to $50. Okay, now that's LIVE, LIVE, capital, LIVE, capital. It's all caps. Okay, again, the website is bit.ly/vendor class. Now, this is not the last time that I'll come and talk to you about this course. Again, this is a special deal for those of you who are viewing this video. Okay, it will last for 48 hours. After 48 hours, that's it. You will no longer be able to get the course for $50. Okay, so thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for viewing this course. I will chat with you a little bit later because I have some more things that I want to talk to you guys about this class. Okay, so y'all who are on this live early will get the deal, 48 hours, and that's it. Okay, so this has been Rochelle for the wealthyweavologist.com, and I'll see you on my next live. Bye.